It is a beautiful day in downtown Kansas City. We're at the KC Urban Youth Academy for the Crown Town Wiffle Weekend. All in support of the See You in the Major Leagues Foundation. We have wiffle ball being played on 4 different fields. And we're getting ready for action. So we've already started with the first pitch, and it was a base hit to left field. We have the teams from Sports Radio 610 here in Kansas City playing KCTV5. And KCTV5 has led off with a couple of hits to begin the game. And we're going to get you the rules here in just a moment. But you all remember wiffle ball. We've just got a few extra little tidbits that we've added into the rules to make it a little more interesting. And there's a ball launched into center field, and it looks like we're going to have our first run of the game. Tyler Bowl with the RBI. As I said, we're playing a little wiffle ball here. We'll get to the rules in just a moment, but each batter gets 3 pitches to swing at. If they don't get a hit by then or an out by then, it's an automatic out. So CJ is up right now, and she's got 1 more pitch. And there's a foul ball dribbler, so that's an out. It's the first out of the game for the folks from KCTV5. And now up at the plate is David Hill. And he takes his first pitch. You don't want to take pitches in wiffle ball unless they're too far away. And there's a foul ball and 1 more pitch left for David. A couple of runners on first and third. And there's a ground ball, and they pick up an out there, but a run does score. And it's now 2-0. Tiffany Romeo will be up at the plate. We'll get to the rules at the bottom half of the inning. You'll notice that the pitcher is also from the team that is hitting. We're not trying to make outs, and there's a line shot and an out in the 3rd out of the inning. We're not So we're going to take a look at the rules real quick. The basic rules, and this is the Monarch division. This is what we call the fun division, the no talent division. Played like standard baseball with these exceptions. The teams provide their own pitchers. Each batter gets 3 pitches to put the ball in play. If the 3rd pitch isn't put in play, it's an automatic out. Bases are 45 feet away. Pitching distance is 45 feet. The games will last 45 minutes or 7 innings. And this year we're offering teams a Grand Slam package. That package includes 4 items. They're mulligans, an extra out on defense, an extra pitch, an intentional walk on defense, or a wild card where you can pick any of those 3 items. So you can buy those mulligans and use them in the game. As we said, we have the Monarch division, which is the fun division. Then we have the Royal division, which we'll also see today, which is our talent-laden division, the Ringers. And the first pitch coming up to Bob Fesco from 610 was a little bit outside. And now he's got 1 pitch left. Oh, he didn't even get to swing the bat, and he's already out with his own teammate pitching. Justin Parrish steps to the plate, and there's a base hit to left field. As we mentioned, this is all for See You in the Major Leagues. The foundation started by Royals general manager Dayton Moore and his wife Mary Ann. And we're at this beautiful facility in downtown Kansas City. And And there's a second ball to Ryan Witkowski, and he's got one pitch left. He's got a swing, and that's an out. We are just actually a couple of blocks away from the original Kansas City Municipal Stadium at 18th and Brooklyn, right north of the Negro League Museum. This is an area of town that is rich, tradition laden as far as baseball history is concerned. Pop fly for falling in for a base hit. Coming up to the plate, Nick Price. And a 2-0 lead for KCTV5 as we've started things off. And as we mentioned, these 7-inning games, they could last less than 45 minutes. But once we get to the 45-minute mark, we will not extend to another inning. And there's a drive to right field and caught for an out. And the final out of the inning. So we are 1 inning done and a 2-0 lead for KCTV5.
This program, because it's very beneficial, you have a lot of tools and people that are willing to help you with anything you need as far as life skills, ACT, testing, prepping, getting into college, getting fast food, whatever you need. Like, they just will help you wherever. If you're having problems at home, they'll talk to you.
Welcome back to inning number 2 here between KCTV5 and 610 Sports. And Bob Fesco over at first base. And the first pitch is, we'll call that a ball. And there's a base hit into left field. Almost thrown out. Nice arm showed by the shortstop there. There's a good shot of it. Nice play out of the hole. We all remember our wiffle ball days. And there's a line shot to third, and we're going to have a double play. As I said, we all remember our wiffle ball days. Playing in the backyard with neighborhood kids or your family. I grew up on Sunday afternoons as we were over in our grandparents' backyard playing with all the cousins. And there's a fly ball into left field and caught for the third out of the inning. So a quick half inning for KCTV. But as you think about your wiffle ball days, and I'm looking over at our friend Neil Harwell nearby, you always had opportunities to use whatever was in the yard or whatever was in the neighborhood as your bases or outfielders. You didn't have enough players, you used a tree as a right fielder, right? You used the fence in left field. If you had a giant fence, that was just like having a great left fielder, knocking down the ball. You know, in our backyard at my grandparents, there was a pine tree in center field. You used the front branch for second base, but you really didn't want to hit the ball to center field. You had to pull it if you were going to get it out of the ballpark. And there's a line shot that is, almost caught in left field. And a base hit for 610. Two nothing our score, as I said. And another ground ball and booted by the third baseman. We have the first of many errors to occur during this afternoon and evening of wiffle ball. There's a dribble to the short, and they go for the force at third and don't get it, so we have the bases loaded. So if you want to stop down here and you want to come by the Urban Youth Academy, the fields that you see all around you, as we're looking to the north, we can see the traffic on I-70 up on the hill, and those folks can see us as they're driving by. And we have 4 fields of wiffle ball action going on. We have food trucks, and there is a drive out of the park. Our first home run of the day. or at least of this ball game. And it's a grand slam.
Who is that guy?
As 6'10" takes the lead. And Mike Body hits the grand slam. So he may be hitting number 9 in the lineup, but he was the power source for 610 Sports. Bob Fesco back up at the top of the order now. And he's going to have to swing at this one. And he does, and it's an out. So we now have 1 out. And coming to the plate, Justin Parrish. Justin swings and misses the first pitch. And there is a drive into left field and caught for the second out of the inning. We'll bring up Ryan Witkowski. You know, for many of us, if you haven't swung a wiffle ball bat in a long time, it is a little bit different than swinging the wooden bat. There's a foul ball. One more pitch left for Ryan. And Ryan hits a drive and over the wall and left for home run number 2 of the inning. And 610 takes a 5-2 lead. And here's Ryan stepping into the pitch on the inside part of the plate and pulling it down the line. By the way, the fences, we don't have accurate measurements, but we'll estimate 60 feet to right and left down the line and about 100 feet to dead center. It's tough to hit it out of the park in dead center, particularly with a little wind coming in at our face. And there is out number 3. But 610 takes a lead of 5-2 with 2 home runs in the inning.
Shakespeare once said, "Some are born great, and some have greatness thrust upon them. The rest of us," he said, "have to achieve greatness." We know exactly what he means. Be not afraid of greatness. Achieve it. Benedictine College, where greatness begins.
We're back at the Urban Youth Academy. Duke Fry here with you, and we had there's one of our home run hitters right now, Ryan Witkowski. And earlier today, we had a luncheon here. Royals General Manager Dayton Moore was here. Mayor Sly James, Kansas City, Missouri was here speaking. Jeff Chadia of NFL.com was doing some interviews up on stage. Great food from Jack Stack Barbecue. And the first out of the inning is recorded for KCTV5. So this is just a chance to relive your kid days out here this afternoon. We got beautiful weather for it. There's a foul ball. Not as hot as it was expected to be, maybe, and certainly it's nice with a cool breeze out here. This is all a part of the Crown Town Weekend. Wraps up tomorrow at the Little K in the stadium. And as we mentioned, this is all for a great cause, raising money for the See You in the Major League Foundation. And there's a pop fly and caught. And we quickly have 3 outs. And the end of the top of the 3rd with KCTV5 down 5-2 after the 2 home runs, including the grand slam from 6'10". So we're going to start up the bottom half of the third. And are we making a change here? We have Julio Sanchez coming to the plate. Umpire's just bringing out some extra balls. Now, let me ask you, if you were playing wiffle ball, did you tape up the bat? We taped up the head of the bat. You tape up the head of the bat, and there's a line shot to left field for a base hit. And Sanchez cruises into second for the double. We taped up the head of the bat, and of course, once your ball cracked, then you got the masking tape out, and you started making it tape ball. Still punching the holes in it so you could make the wiffle ball dance a little more. Now, and we're playing with solid balls here, as there's a foul ball that is going to be caught for the out. You know, when you played with the true wiffle ball with the holes in it, my grandfather threw a wicked knuckle curve with it. He may have been 80, but he still had an arm on him, and he could really throw some juice with the knuckle curve at you. Base hit, and Sanchez comes in to score. As Jackson Ropey ends up at second base, and now Jake Pugh to the plate.
Player of the game, hustler of the game.
One of the other things that's going on today is there's a little ball that rolls foul, is we have an auction going on here at the Urban Youth Academy, and then there are also items that can be auctioned or purchased by auction online, and we're going to talk about that in a little while. And a run comes in for 6-10, run number 2 of the inning, now 7-2. But we'll have auction items that you could go online and make bids for. And then there are items here as well. We'll talk about those a little bit later, but we've got jerseys and all sorts of other items involved. No hits batsman here, even if you lean into the pitch. And there's a ground ball foul.
What's your middle name? Nasty. Oh.
Paul Long, and I think I misidentified Paul when he hit the grand slam last inning. We get these lineups kind of on a scratched piece of paper, and I grabbed the wrong lineup card because I didn't really notice that it said KCTV5 at the top of it. So that was Paul who had the grand slam 2 innings ago. And Mr. Fesco lines out to center field. And it is now 7-2. And Matt Folks, who is the director of the CU in the Major Leagues Foundation, has Dayton Moore here to talk about the foundation and what's going on here today.
Thank you, Duke. We are here at Crown Town Wiffle Weekend, our second annual tournament here, Dayton, and
Is this the second?
it's
the third.
Well, it's the third wiffle event,
okay.
second tournament,
Okay.
and we have a bunch of teams here this year. Some returning teams, some new teams. We started this year with a luncheon though, and that was pretty special to hear from Mark Collins and the mayor.
It was. I mean, I've enjoyed Mark Collins through the years. He's one of the first people I actually met when we came here to Kansas City. We attended the same church, and then of course, I'm honored to call Mayor James a friend. Got to know him well during our playoff days, and then we've certainly partnered together on this Urban Youth Academy where we stand today. And he's a special man. I think he's one of the most impactful leaders that I've been around. I love him, and I consider him a dear friend.
So you mentioned the Urban Youth Academy, and obviously this was, when you and I first started talking about seeing the major leagues, this was a big piece of that. What's it like now to see all the kids that come through here? Our C10 program meets here quite a bit, and now we've got adults playing wiffle ball here.
Well, that was the vision behind it, is to bring people together. How we can, bridge the gap between the urban and the suburban and the rural parts of Kansas City. People from different races, different backgrounds, different educational backgrounds, all together for the purpose of growing as leaders, engaging in the community, and enjoying playing baseball and softball together. And it's been exceptional. Darwin Penny, who runs the academy on a day in and day out basis, is an incredible leader. Kyle Venna has done an amazing job, with everything that he's done with spearhead the activities here and the fundraising efforts with the Urban Youth Academy. And so we're just scratching the surface as well. And I want to say we had over 3,000 kids here last year. We're on pace to break that this year. The after-school program is going to obviously begin here in another month or so. We had several camps all summer. We have all kinds of baseball and softball camps. In fact, I think Lincoln Prep has announced that they're going to have a girls softball program. They've started this program primarily because of a facility like this where they can utilize. And so we're really excited about a lot of different things. And what we've said from the very beginning, I mean, what we do, what our front office does, it's much bigger than baseball, and we're really proud of this facility.
Now, you mentioned the camps, and I'm sure there are several people watching who are part of our first pitch luncheon, and that allowed us to send about 240 kids to camp. You and I started talking about that months and months ago. How special was it for you to see that come to fruition and think that, we can expand that to 500 kids next year?
Well, the one thing I've learned in leadership, and I've always been told, the cream will rise to the top. Okay, and I've always kind of believed that. But over the last 10 years or so, what I've understood is I'm not sure that's always the case. I think there are people in our community that they started from a disadvantaged standpoint, and they need someone to come alongside of them and help them. And so the purpose of our camp is to run a first-class, major league type camp. Don't cut any corners, but to do in scholarship kids. And so they're provided the same opportunity any other kid is provided throughout our community. I mean, we live in a community that is very generous. It has a lot of resources, and we're just trying to focus our resources here in the urban core and give kids an opportunity to share the same experience that other kids have received.
The other big benefactor, if you will, of this event is the C10 program, a leadership and mentoring program we started for high school students back in August. We had 10 kids last year. We're going to be able to expand it this year, and as we look ahead, we've talked some possible scholarship things, and so this is a big event for that. But what did you get out of the C10 program in that first year?
Well, I mean, the one thing that I believe, and I told my wife Mary Ann this morning, I think it's the most impactful thing that we've been able to try to do here in Kansas City. When you can come alongside of young people and surround them with the mentors that we've been able to surround them with, people that are intentional about pouring into others' lives and doing life with young people day in and day out, giving them hope and encouragement along the way. I mean, it changes lives, it changes generations, it changes communities, and it changes our country. And so complete freedom, in my mind, is the result of unity and bringing people together, and that's what we're trying to do, is free people up to be fearless and follow their dreams. And I don't think you can really do that unless you have people alongside of you that believe in you and that are helping you navigate through life. And that's what this program has been able to do. That's what it continues to do, and we remain so excited about its future.
Okay, so one final thing here. Saturday morning, we're going to be at the Little K. We've been at somebody's front yard the last couple of years, but now they get to play championship games and a sponsor celebrity game at Kauffman Stadium. I know the players are excited about it, and it seems like just a great opportunity for that.
Well, it is, and we hated to leave the Hollow, but the truth of the matter is we've got a facility that we don't have to pay for in the K, okay? So that's one of the perks of being a general manager. We're trying to be great stewards of the resources and make sure that we utilize people's gifts, their generosity in a way that honors everybody, and that's really important to us. We're very close to giving away $1 million. I feel like we'll be able to announce that hopefully tomorrow, and it's an exciting day for us.
Good. Dayton, we appreciate it. Let's watch some good wiffle today.
Great, thanks.
Duke, back to you.
Thank you very much, Matt. We had Bob Fesco up here sitting ready to talk to us, but he's now due to come to the plate, I believe, or he's on deck. So he had to leave the broadcast booth, and we might get him back here in a while. His team has now taken an 11-2 lead. This is turning into a bit of a rout. But it was really great to hear Dayton at lunch today and in that interview there talk about what this program, CU in the Major Leagues, does for youth. And that's really what it's all about. And it's not just for youth, but it's really about helping the youth and giving them opportunities, giving them a chance to grow, giving them a chance to learn, giving them a chance to interact with each other and with adults and learn. As there's a base hit and another run. And now Bob coming to the plate. But this is why we all are taking part in this today. This is why all these people are here. They are, Bob hits a dribbler for a base hit, but they are all here supporting this cause through their time, their money, their efforts.
I know one speed. You got greedy.
And as we talked about CU in the Major Leagues, it was started by Dayton and Marianne back in 2014. The foundation has granted more than $980,000 to help youth sports education and families, and they're going to hit $1 million soon. They're going to hit $1 million soon. In August of 2018 was when the C10 mentoring and leadership program was launched. The first pitch luncheon back in the spring allowed 240 scholarships to attend baseball and softball camps in Kansas City, and that's great for kids all across the Kansas City metro area. And there's a base hit for KCTV5 as they start the inning, and it got all the way down the line and past the wall and ending up with a triple. One of the great things about wiffle ball, though, is anybody can play wiffle ball.
Back in third, guys.
As you see this shot down the line, and there's a looping ball that goes foul. But you know, if you can swing the bat, you can play wiffle ball. No gloves involved. You might need some eyesight. As there's a grounder and another base hit, and the run home. Oh, and a head-first slide. A head-first slide brings in the run. Check out the effort here. The play at the plate, tumbling into home. How about that? Style points. And there's a drive. Deep and gone. And KCTV5 is trying to mount a comeback here in the 5th inning. With the home run, the score now 12-5. And that one's dribbled foul. Wonderful weather here today on this Friday afternoon in July. And there's a line shot for an out. For those of you that want to know more about the CU in the Major Leagues Foundation, you can go to cuinthemajorleagues.org and have an opportunity to learn more about it. And if you would like, as there is a drop ball and turns into a runner on first, if you'd like to become involved in the program, if you'd like to contribute to the program, find out any more information about it, there's your opportunity. It's just like the Major Leagues. Nothing is ever for sure. The ground ball to third and an out at second base recorded.
She was right there.
We can all embarrass ourselves in wiffle ball. And we can all become heroes in wiffle ball. And there is a drive to right, and it's brought back in. It was a home run, it looked like, but it was knocked down by one of the fielders in right field to bring it back in for a base hit. As I look out far to the true outfield wall on this baseball field, it's the Motley family field. Don Motley, there's the drive to right, brought back into the ballpark. And there's another ground ball and out recorded, third out of the inning. Take that back. Yeah. So our score 12-5, 610 Sports. And welcome back to the Crown Town Wiffle Weekend here at the Urban Youth Academy. I want to thank all of our sponsors, including our presenting sponsor, Epic KC, Benedictine College, City Rent-A-Truck, the Kansas City Royals, UMB Bank, and Walls Tetrick Advertising. Thank you all for supporting this great cause. And now Bob Fesco has made it back up. I'm good. How are you doing?
I mean, I'm good. It's good, man. It's a lot of fun out here today, isn't it?
Number one, it's not oppressively hot.
Well, you're under a shade.
Well, that's
dude.
true.
I mean, you know, out there on that field, I'm telling you what, major leaguers wouldn't be playing in this heat today, you know?
You know, I remember the days of just standing on the side of the old turf at Kauffman Stadium when it was 140 on an afternoon.
I tell you, man, it gets really, really, really hot out there. And this is my third game of the day. I played a triple header.
I have watched you out there.
I'm getting ready for the fourth one of the day. Then I'll have to go home and hopefully, sit in a bin of ice or something like that.
I've yet to see you hit a dinger, though.
I don't hit home runs. I never have. I've never hit a home run in my entire life.
Even in wiffle ball?
Even in wiffle ball, even in Little League, Babe Ruth League, I've never hit a home run before. I'm not that guy. So I'm just like a singles hitter. But they're... it's fun, man. I'm glad we're out here for a good cause doing this for the second year in a row out here at the Urban Youth Academy to raise money for the CU and the Major Leagues Foundation. And they're close to giving almost $1 million back in 5 years now, which is just remarkable.
It is amazing.
Then you see the kids and the difference that, that the CU and the Major Leagues Foundation makes right here in Kansas City. And to see kids get an opportunity that they wouldn't otherwise get, and Dayton Moore and his family behind this thing 100%, and all the people who donate too, man. It's just been an awesome, foundation to be a part of.
Well, you've been involved for quite a while now.
Yeah, the last couple of years. Year one we did kind of they want to call it like a celebrity game, but they found me, so there's clearly nobody else available, right? And we played in somebody's front yard, as you heard Dayton and Matt talk about. And then we did the same thing kind of last year, but expanded it to this tournament, and now we've got the tournament here with 22 or 24 teams or whatever it is, and playing again tomorrow at the Little K with the celebrity side of things. So it's just been a lot of fun, and it's been really cool to be part of the growth of this thing from year one, where we were going, what do we really want to do with this, to here we are now. We've got kind of a plan in place. When you got a plan in place and you can follow it, it makes it a lot easier.
So if someone wants to donate, they can text KC Cares, and that's actually two separate words, KC space Cares, to donate. You text KC Cares to 31996. Why is it important to donate?
Well, because you're giving kids an opportunity, with the C10 program that is part of the CU and the Major Leagues Foundation. You're giving kids an opportunity to do things that otherwise they wouldn't get an opportunity to do. They're learning leadership skills. They're learning, skills to, how to find a job. They're learning just kind of all kinds of great, opportunities that present themselves to them, like, just kind of life skills too. And a lot of these kids wouldn't have that opportunity if it wasn't for the CU and the Major Leagues. And they get to be around great people and great mentors too. There's so many great mentors in the city, from Jeff Chadilla on down that give these kids an opportunity to learn things and experience things and really just grow as people. And when you're in high school and you get an opportunity to do something like that nobody else really gets the opportunity to do, you're making lifelong connections that are going to help you down the line, whether it's getting into college or getting a job after you.
Well, I think one of the things, as you talked about, getting a chance to meet some of these people makes kids sometimes realize there's a lot more to life than just my little world that I'm in right now. It can expand their world greatly to see what's out there, and they can have opportunities that they never would have thought existed before.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Like, it just opens their mind. It opens their eyes to so many different things, too. Like, I didn't even know that existed. I wish I had something like that when I was a kid. Like, all the stuff that I seemingly find myself involved with now, I wish we had when we were growing up as kids, because there's so many advantages that the C10 provides, and life is all about making those right connections and meeting the right people, and the C10 program allows kids to do that and get in with great people in the community and learn from them, and maybe figure out that they want to go into, whether it's broadcasting or whether they want to go into education or whether they want to go, work on the stock market or whatever the case may be. They're getting the opportunity to experience a lot of different things, as opposed to just being told that you're going to go and be a baseball coach or whatever the case may be. They get an opportunity to see so many different things and have so many different experiences, and without this program, they wouldn't be able to do that.
I'm going to give you a little tip right now for your power hitting.
All right.
You guys need to doctor the bat.
Yeah.
You need to tape the end, tape the barrel, give it a little weight. Then you're going to have some chances at some power swing.
Well, I remember when I played as a kid, we used the yellow bat and we took the duct tape and wrapped the duct tape all around the bat. But we always used the bigger wiffle ball, and sometimes we would use like an inflatable plastic ball, and you'd be able to knock that, or even a tennis ball at that, at that stage. When we were kids, man, I sound so old saying this. You found a bat, you found a ball. It didn't matter if they went together, and you just went out there and played and figured it out. A corner of the street was first base, a bench was second base, the wall was third base, and you drew a square on the other wall for the strike zone, and you just kind of went with it.
We played tape ball in the driveway.
Yeah.
So if you didn't get the garage door raised up high enough with the two windows, I think my parents' budget probably dropped by 10% for replacement of garage windows.
The windows
from tape balls being either fouled off into it or hard fastballs being thrown through them.
I think as kids, we all had those experiences. I remember going to bat day at Yankee Stadium one year, and I came home and I swung and knocked my grandmother's taillight out, and I was so upset. I was like, I didn't know that was an easy fix when I was 8 years old. I thought I ruined the car, and there was no way that she was going to be able to drive that thing again. And I remember going in and telling her, I'm so sorry I broke your tail. I think I blame my dad for it.
Do you still have the bat?
I think it's probably at my parents' house somewhere, but I don't know. I haven't seen that thing in a long time.
I used to have the Kelly green and gold bats that they gave away when the A's were here.
Yeah. And they were full-size bats.
Oh, they were full.
They
were full-size bats. Yeah, I had a Jim Gentile bat.
Oh, nice.
and a Campy Campaneris bat, for that matter.
And now they give you the little bat, or they don't even have bat day anymore. But we used to get full-size wood bats when you would go to bat day. It was cool.
It was great. I don't know what happened to those, but because in the end we ended up playing with them.
Oh God, yes.
That was when you went down to the school to play. You grabbed whatever bat you could find, and so what it was a Kelly green and gold bat.
Didn't matter.
It was a collector's item, but yeah, what the heck?
It worked, and everybody shared it, and everybody had a great time, and you played baseball for hours. And this is kind of what it reminds you of, being just a kid again and being out here and playing wiffle ball in the backyard. And obviously we've got great fields here at the Urban Youth Academy to be able to do that. And so much thanks goes to them for hosting us out here and allowing us to have this tournament out here, because we're playing on these great fields, and like I said earlier, we're used to playing in the dirt lot at the schoolyard or something like that. So this is great for all of us too. And even though I'm in my 40s now, and a lot of these guys are in their 40s and 30s too, and everybody's out here having fun and just kind of reliving the old days. The competitive juices start to flow, which is really.
I have kind of noticed that just a bit.
Oh, I'm on deck, I think.
You are on deck.
I am on deck.
You're on deck. I want to see how quickly you can make it if he makes contact.
All right.
We got 2 outs, so there's a possibility.
There's 2 outs.
He could create an out here.
All right. He did hit a grand slam early.
He did.
And there's another one. Gone.
Home run number
Just
2.
hit it. All right.
All right, you got to go.
I got to go.
All
Don't
right.
embarrass myself.
Talk to you later.
Thanks, Duke.
Bob Fesco from 610 Sports as Paul Long cranks out his second home run of the game. And speaking of the competitive juices coming out, and Bob runs around the corner of the screen and up to the plate. We'll see if he can power something out of the infield. And he's got one pitch left. And the pressure's now on his pitcher. As Bob. And down goes Fesco. Our score, 13-6. We'll be back.
He's done a great job of staying on track and staying focused and steadfast in not only just his academic side, but just his everyday skills as far as being approachable, having a conversation, likability, mannerisms.
It's been cool, like I said, whenever I needed somebody to go to, he was always available. Even if he wasn't available, he made sure that somebody else could help me get through what I needed to be done.
Welcome back to the Crown Town Wiffle Weekend here at the Urban Youth Academy in Kansas City. Presented by Epic KC. I want to thank our other sponsors, Benedictine College from Atchison, Kansas, City Rent-A-Truck, the Kansas City Royals, UMB Bank, and Walls Dietrich Advertising. Thanks to all of them for supporting this great cause as we have fun playing wiffle ball and raise funds for the See You in the Major League Foundation. And we are now in the top of the 7th inning with 610 Sports up 13-6 over KCTV5. So a big rally needed by the folks at KCTV. And they get it started with a dribbler. You know, we talked about the C10 mentoring program, and for those that wonder what C10 stands for, there are 10 C's: care, character, coach, commitment, competitor, composure, comprehension, concentration, confidence, and courage. You know, when you're talking about working with youth, trying to give them opportunities, but also teach them just social skills, being able to stand up and speak in front of groups, be prepared for a job interview, all those sort of things that are important life skills. And that's really what the program's all about, is teaching those life skills. I was talking to Matt Folks, the director, earlier today, and he was mentioning that of the 10 young people that went through the C10 program this last year, 9 of them will be back again next year. The 10th one was a graduating high school senior, so they can't come back. But they hope to add 10 more students into that program this year and continue to grow the C10 mentorship leadership program. And there is a double hit. A foul tip, and caught it on the backswing and grounded to second base. We're going to call that a foul ball.
That was probably the coolest thing I've ever seen.
When you say you won't see this again, you won't see that again. That is just not something you see every day.
Is this the first rebound? Mel made the top 10, you made the non-top 10.
All right, so we've got runners on first and second. And there's a lofted ball caught for an out as the foul pole goes down. As we I mentioned earlier, no true dimensions are available on the field. We think left field and right field line are about 60 to 65 feet. But that was the final out of the game, and 6-10 wins. So an exchange of congratulations. And 6-10 will move on in the tournament. We're gonna have you 4 o'clock Central. We'll be back again with our next game. There's actually a home run derby after that ball game that we'll be recording some highlights from, so you can see that later tonight when we come back for our other 2 ball games later in the evening. I want to thank you for joining us here from Kansas City, the Urban Youth Academy, and the See You in the Major Leagues Foundation Crown Town Wiffle Weekend. A lot of fun out here. Great time for all. Watching some great defense, some speed running, and some power hitting as well. Game 2 this afternoon. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Being involved in C10 has been very, very beneficial for me because it keeps me off the street, keep me active during the week. I've seen a lot of new things and learned a lot of new things with C10, been on field trips, helping out homeless, preparing for ACT, so it's been a lot of little things that C10 has helped me out with. C10, having a mentor at C10 has helped me a lot in my life, just with the small things that parents can't do or help at home, because my mom's a single parent. So just having them there and to lean on through whatever you're going through, it's pretty cool. And then not only my mentor, but even other mentors, pinch hitters, everybody put in to make it an effort.
Being involved with C10 has made me a better mentor and a better person. Just being at all the different activities that C10 offers, and then also learning day in and day out with my mentee what he needs and how he needs me to be there for him in certain different aspects of life. And so it's really helped mold me and kind of reflect on my own life and reflect on my past experiences as well.
We have a young man that's been a part of Kansas RBI, and he was just a regular member of the league. He joined the See You in the Major Leagues C10 program, and he has been leading by example. He has been a changed man at every level of the word. He went from being a young man that was in the middle of the line, at the back of the line, to now being in the front of the line and leading by example. And the key part of that is he also has a younger brother that's in our program that is not only going to follow in his footsteps, but also continue to strive for greatness.